Good morning and what's on my mind. I'm Dr. Dangleben on behalf of Patient Choice. I'm going to change gears a little. I'm going to talk about mental health. Right? A little paint job this morning. I'm outside next to my garden, my fish pond. And I want to talk about mental health. I want to talk about maintaining your mental health amongst unemployment, increasing crime and poverty around you. And death too from non-communicable diseases. And what we've seen in the last several years is an increase in mental health issue. And no matter how beautiful Dominica is and naturally and all these things, there is something eating at its core which affects the people. So you see more mental health issues arising, right? So that idea of village and mental and community has really gone. We're fighting each other uselessly. What I used to call a dichotomy, I now call a trichotomy, because we're so divided that we're now ripping each other apart, and that's not good. We need to get back to community. We need to get back to a sense of village. We have to get to humanity, because some of the things that we're doing to each other, it's uncalled for. Maintain your mental health, right? It's so important. In Dominica, one of the things that we have to do that we've not done is we got to reconnect with nature. We got to reconnect with nature. And whether it's, taking a morning walk, taking a morning sea bath, going for a hike, not necessarily by yourself, forming a small group and walking together, breathing the mountain air away from, the garbage. Sit beneath a mango tree, have a mango, reminisce and all, but not just reminisce, but talk about the things that can happen for the betterment, right? Nature heals. Nature is powerful. It's quiet sometimes, even when it's loud, but it heals and it's important. Secondly, talk to someone, all right? Whether it's a good neighbor, whether it's your priest, a trusted friend, get back to talking to each other, right? Build trust. And don't talk about the everyday things that agitate people. Get away from the politics. Talk about the good old days. Talk about the positives. Talk about the things that can be done, and understand that and try to develop it. But talk to someone. That is important. Another issue is limiting your media exposure. Just like up here in the United States, there's sides to everything. There's too much exposure to politics, the noise. The noise can even feed you anxiety to the point where it feeds you anxiety and it becomes so normal that you don't even think about it. You just become anxious, right? So stay informed, but protect your peace, especially your inner peace. Find a purpose. Even in hardships, you have to find a purpose. You have to find a purpose in life, right? Whether it's volunteering at your church, whether it's going down by the bayside and helping the fishermen. Find a purpose. Whether it's gardening, whether it's farming. These little things are important, right? That can foster a sense of hope. And in the end, if none of these things work, I want you to seek professional help. If the weight becomes too much, reach out to someone. Connect with a counselor, a therapist, right? Even if it's online, reach out. Reach out to a trusted friend and tell them what you need. Maybe they can help you also, all right? So conversation is so important. And listening is also important. I've spoken about that before. We are resilient people, but resilience doesn't mean ignoring your pain, especially internal pain, mental anguish, right? Sometimes we have to face these things. We have to acknowledge them and heal through, right? In a time where poverty and crime is increasing due to unemployment, it strips away our humanity. And caring for your mental health is one of the most radical acts of resistance that you could do, protecting yourself. And don't give in to the system that is bringing this on you. I hope folks are listening, and also find your spot. Find your spot where you could just relax, have a cup of coffee, have a cup of tea, and make time for yourself. It's important. All right? On behalf of Patient Choice, I'm Dr. Dale Dangleben. I want everyone to have a great day, have a great weekend. I'm out. Peace.